Alright, T. Stephen. Welcome everyone to the show tonight. Apologies, the audio is not going to be what I usually have. My audio setup is torn down for the moment in prep for my brother's wedding, so I don't have it attached to the computer as I normally do, and which it doesn't, not necessarily don't have mics and stuff, it's just that the setup that I normally use to do the auto leveling and such is out, so I've just turned down the music really low and the mic up high, and it seems to come out okay. What are we doing tonight? Well, recently, you know, I didn't get to stream last night, but I played a bit, and it seems like the meta is in a tailspin. It was just all over the place. Like, I was fighting rogues that were playing, like, Zoo. And so I just, usually when that happens, I don't have like a clear deck to play in the meta. It's like, if everybody's being wild, well, it's my turn to have some fun, too. Now, I came across this deck. This is Free Gold. That is another streamer on Twitch. Free_gold is his channel. And he plays a lot of the rogues. Like, Amaz plays priests, he plays rogues. And he's got this burst rogue. Now, I don't have a Leroy Jenkins, excuse me, in my deck. So I can't run the typical Miracle Rogue and do a sidestep, Shadow Step Leroy, Shadow Step Leroy with a Cold Blood or two and burst for the kill. So this deck is pretty similar, only it's built around getting a Mana Addict to burstable levels. So this is advantageous in theory, because you have two Mana Addicts where you'd only ever have one Leroy Jenkins. Okay, you want your... Alright, let's pause for a moment. Initialize the... there we go. You're welcome. So, you have two Mana Addicts versus, you know, a single Leroy Jenkins, so you have two opportunities to get it out. But you can also, might be able to get these out at different times. You don't necessarily have to have all the combo to boost these up in there. So to fill out the rest of this deck that's built around that, and I'm pretty much playing this identical to Free Gold's deck, except that this is what he calls a burst down rogue. Except that he has the Leroy Jenkins in it still, so you kind of have some flexibility into how you choose to finish him off. Again, I don't have a Leroy yet, so I've added a second Partition's Blade to my deck. So backstab, removal, preparation, that's pieces of the combo. Shadow Step is pieces of the combo. Cold Blood, removal first. Finisher second. So go ahead and use this to remove and keep yourself from taking damage while you try to get the pieces of your thing. Essential, Conceal is essential to this deck. You kind of want to get if you can get both, you want to get the Gadgetan Auctioneer and the Mana Addict out, and then conceal them so that next turn the party's on and you've got all your mana to spend. But, you know, if you can only get out one of the two, conceal, make sure they stick around, unless your opponent has a sweeper that they can play. Deadly Poison. Good combos with these are to Deadly Poison up your Blade, and then follow it with a Blade Flurry, so you basically get two attacks on the same turn with your Blade. So, good use there. Eviscerate. You know what? Did I get these backwards before? Did I call it the wrong one? I called Cold Blood removal. Cold Blood is part of the combo. That boosts your minion. Eviscerate is the removal. I got those two backwards. Hopefully I won't do that while we're playing. Sap. Just running one Sap. But I thought of putting in the second one for the deck. It's actually said not needed, according to Free Gold, as much as you might think. There's just not a lot of taunt running out there right now. There's a lot of rushdown decks, so Sap isn't as needed. Shiv, 1 damage, and its card draw. Bloodmage Salanos is going to boost all these little spells, and we can get so much value out of playing her. She might even be worth Shadow Stepping. So we play a Bloodmage Salanos, get her out there, do some damage, and then pull her back, you know. Bloodmage Salanos, Shiv, and then Shadow Step so we can play her again next turn. So, Mana Addict, of course, that's the key card. Partition's Blade. I mean, it's like a it's a sword and a shiv in one without the card draw. But Fan of Knives, good card draw. It's like a shiv but hits everybody. Cold Light Oracle. Again, we're trying to get a combo in our hands here, so we'll go ahead and do a 3-drop. Plus, we can Shadow Step him and just cycle our deck really fast. Hopefully, more than they can deal with it. And lastly, of course, the Gadgetan Auctioneer, which is questionably a broken card right now. It's not that the Leroy Jenkins and all these other cards are overpowered. It's the ability to just draw through your whole deck with the Gadgetan Auctioneer on the board. So as soon as he comes out, we pretty much have to conceal him. Nobody's gonna let a rogue keep him. So I've not played this at all. Normally when I do a new deck like this, I've played it a few times to kind of get a feel myself for the deck. But this is the first time that I've played it. Get you adjusted up there, girl. Alright, we're going against a Warlock.
Your soul shall be mine.
Watch your...
Seems to be a lot of Zoo lately. So Conceal is good, Blade Flurry, potentially good if it's Zoo here. Blood Mage Salanos, maybe if we get some cards we can combo with it. We are going first, so we don't have a play. Alright, let's see. You be Zoo or you be Handlock? It looks like you're gonna be Zoo.
The light protects me.
Yep.
Do you need a blessing?
Okay, well that's a nice given one there. We can go ahead and shut that thing down without actually having to play a card. We got a Mana Addict, and we've got a Conceal. Now, Zoo does have a lot of low-end taunts, so we'll have to be aware of that. Unfortunately, since that thing got busted, I don't have a way... I don't want to pop because it's Zoo... well... I'm not sure here. We can go head first into that and pop this shield, and then we can use a Partition's Blade, but that, you know, we haven't comboed it, so we're not going to get 2 damage out of it, and it's not going to drop it. The one really isn't going to do any damage for us. The Blade Flurry next turn, though, is probably why we do this. So, I'm going to go to the face and save myself the damage.
Job done.
So it also sets me up with swinging this and then destroying it next turn.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, so this is not too bad here.
Here we go.
We can go get that. I think at this point we're gonna Blade Flurry, and I'm gonna attempt a Naked Mana Addict on the board. We can't Conceal first. So we have a Fan of Knives followed by an Eviscerate combo. And then we should have a 5-3 on the board, if I'm doing my math right. Okay, he's life tapping. That's good for us. That slows him down a bit.
Do you need a blessing?
Okay. So we can go crazy with this. And why not? Why should we not? Okay? So we can preparation, knives, eviscerate, cold blood, throw her out anyway. There we go. She stays at 5 because we cold-blooded. Now, if he doesn't have taunt, which he likely has taunt, okay, Doomguard. Wow. That, cannot have gone better for us. Okay, that's to a minion. So...
Here we go.
That discard could not have gone better. Losing 2 Defenders of Argus? Now likely he has, 2,
The light protects.
Did we just win? Did we win? I think we won. I think.
Here we go.
It's a pretty cool deck. Gotta admit. It's a pretty cool deck. We outrushed the zoo. It's a pretty cool deck. Alright, well, if you're in area getting cocky, let's play again.